Hey, my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. And so tonight, I thought, I got a ton of other shit to do, but this has been on my head all day. So tonight, I thought I would do Scorpio and Taurus from Scorpio's perspective. I did Taurus and Scorpio on the 4th. And I just listened to like the first couple of minutes of what I thought was going on or whatever. And then I started remembering. So, if I remember correctly, there's some changes, there's some challenges. For the most part, everything's cool. This reading is to get it from Scorpio's perspective, because that reading obviously was from Taurus's perspective. Taurus, this might give you a chance to cross-watch, see what's going on in your Scorpio's mind. I used to do these. I didn't get a lot of likes, whatever, and that's why I stopped doing them. But I did it for Sagittarius a couple days ago, and I was like, well, wait a minute. So I said, I'm going to try this for Scorpio and see what we got going on. So, Scorpio, this is for you and Taurus. Sitting in a tree, Kissing, for the month of August. Be mindful. It's been a little over a week since I did the Taurus and Scorpio reading. Everybody has free will. Some things may have changed. So it seems like y'all are trying to deal with something. You're trying to face something. Spending a lot of time by yourself doing it. So let's take a look. The front end of your overall energy is the Strength. Oh shit, with the Wheel of Fortune on top. Who the hell knew? The back end with the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Wands on top. A reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. Recent past, 4 of Wands or 4 rods. Pulls the Ace of Wands. 3 of Cups. Pulls the Strength card. There's a Strength card twice. 4 of Pentacles. Pulls the Queen of Swords. Current energy, 3 of Wands. Pulls the World card. Your centerpiece, your challenge. Page of Pentacles. Pulls the 3 of Wands. Whoa. King of Wands. Pulls the Queen of Wands. I ain't liking this. Yeah, this don't look like the other one. Future energy, 8 of Cups, Princess of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, pulls the 9 of Coins, 10 of Wands or Rods, pulls the 5 of Cups. Yeah, this ain't looking good. So something has changed. Or, let's get all the disclaimers out in the open now. This might not be the same relationship. This might be resonating with a whole other group of Taurus and Scorpios and Tauruses. However you want to add that up. The energy doesn't always match. But Scorpio, whatever, however, oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's just kick this off from the top. Overall, with the Strength and the Wheel of Fortune on top, it feels like a lot of you are trying to face some kind of reality with the Taurus person you're dealing with. Again, this might not be the same Taurus Scorpio from last week. This may be a different set of you. But Scorpio, it just feels like you kind of going through some things because things are not just panning out the way you want them to with your Taurus. And so ultimately, with the Wheel of Fortune on top, it's really going to be a matter of fate. And that's how you're feeling. That it's just going to be a matter of fate in terms of what's going to happen, because for some of you, you just don't feel like you have control. It's too many outside influences for what's going on. On the back end, with the Ten of Wands sitting on top of the Queen of Swords, y'all are just dealing with toting around a lot of shit. And you're not feeling like your independent self. Some of you may be going through the whole job thing with the pandemic. And so you're right here with that. Like the fuck? There may be money issues. You may be depressed. Take a look at girl. It just might be one of them, it's beautiful outside, but this shit suck type attitude. And that's you down in your gut. That's how you feeling. And so that's kind of just shaping your outlook on everything. When I look at your recent past with the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands, at some point, the Taurus person that you're dealing with, this was an aha moment for you. It may have taken the two of you a minute to get together. And let me just say this, whoever I'm reading for, these are not relationships that are, what is my phrase? Well rooted. This is not something that's been going on for a couple years or something that's been going on and you've been going back and forth about getting married. This is newer energy. So, I would say probably no more than 2 years. That feels like too much. Maybe 18 months for some of you. Much less than that for a lot of you. But at any rate, you thought this was it. Boop. May have been a little bit of miscommunication or misunderstanding early out. But Scorpio, this is how you were feeling, like, ooh, you're wonderful. Just saying. Next to that, for some of you, not everybody, but for some of you, the person you were oohing and ahhing has some oohs and ahs going on somewhere else. I'm just saying. And they may not have told you. All that dark back there is indicative of silence and secrets. So they may not have told you what was going on, but something may have just kind of tipped you off. Scorpio, you're intuitive. You aren't just going through life on nothing. So it may have taken some strength on your part, literally, to figure out, number one, how you got in a situation like this, and number two, how you could get out of it. Takes us here, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords sitting on top. You may, it feels like some of you, if that were the case with the threesome or something going on that you weren't aware of but could feel, may have felt like your stability was shaken. I guess I can say that. With the Queen of Swords, you just had to reset your boundaries. So even though you very much were in love or in like or in lust or whatever, at the end of it, you realized you needed to get here with that. The Four of Pentacles down here also tells me that you may have gotten guarded after whatever this little bit is. For some of you, it may have been a full-blown out, I don't like you right now, I'm doing something else. For others, it may have been a little more secretive than that. Nonetheless, your current energy, trying to figure out what to do now. You can kind of feel that a door is closing. You may not actually be fully cognizant of how or why it's happening. But with the Three of Wands over here, it's about having the foresight. So some of you are kind of going, okay, let's see the handwriting on the wall with this one now. And this is major energy for you in the current space. So you're going to go, you may be feeling like you're going through some kind of transition or change. This inevitably will be the reason why. Like, what'd she say? And your challenge here is to trust your intuition. It's just to trust your intuition. Trust that whatever's coming towards you, whatever's leaving and whatever's coming towards you, you're just going to have to keep working and keep trying to focus. If this is where you end up. It feels like a lot of you have just got it in your head, or you will very soon get it in your head, that you're not in the first spot. Dealing with Taurus, they may be dealing with somebody else. It feels like for those of you that have Tauruses that may actively be in other situations, these aren't new situations. These are old situations that have come back. Your object for the next month or so, reach out to new people, and follow your intuition. That's the best that you can do at this point. Ultimately, this is going to be where shit hits the fans. Many of you won't know it. It may just be a fizzle out. It may be a hot burning boop boop, and then you're just not hearing from this person anymore. For others of you, there may be some lightweight conversation, but this is an action card. So with it being fire, do what you need to do to get out of that situation. Because it feels like your Taurus is caught up with something else and they're not really paying attention. And I say this a lot. I know people don't pay attention to me all the time. That's okay. But I'm looking at the little cards. There's only one coin card of the little ones. I'm not talking about the big ones. I'm talking about the little ones. There are 3 of the big ones, but obviously that would be because you're dealing with a Taurus. I'm just saying, but the little cards, this is where the shit's, there's only one on the board. So they're actually, or could actually be withdrawing their energy from you as we speak. I'm just saying. So however that's resonating with you, I look at that and notice what's on the board. But a lot of times it's not just what's on the board, it's what's not on the board. And I would feel like if there was some interaction between you and Taurus, particularly coming from Taurus's end, there'd be 1 or 2 other coin cards on top. Dang. So if that's any indication of what's going on at the end of this current energy, it's going to be about the loyalty. It's going to be about the loyalty. And some of you may feel like you just got played. And they may have told you a bunch about being loyal and this and that, which is true to Taurus. But in Taurus's defense, and this will be the only time I say this, whatever else they've got going on is bigger than them. So it may be one of them karmic situations that's reared its head at the wrong time or the right time, however that goes, or just a relationship that never completed itself. So, for whatever reason, they broke up or didn't break up, it just drifted apart. And that's what's going on for a lot of Tauruses right now. They're having people recycle back into their life. Got Uranus floating around in their chart. So they're going through a lot of changes and transformations. And through that process, naturally, you go back through the catalog and, what's needed and what's not needed gets tossed out. I don't think Taurus has any ill will towards you, Scorpio. I'll put it like that. But I just don't think their heart is in this right now. It just ain't. It's not there. When you get to your future energy, it's going to be about you leaving the past behind, particularly where Taurus is concerned, and not getting petty and immature about what the hell because something else has happened or Taurus has decided to go in a different direction. Don't let that get you in a bad headspace about what's going on. For some of you, this may have just been without you knowing it, and with the Wheel of Fortune up there, I feel okay saying this. For some of you, this situation may have just been a stepping stone to get you closer to the person you need to be with. I'm going to just throw that out there, throw it up on the wall like spaghetti and see if it's fit. But it has that feeling like this was a transitional thing anyway, and there were things maybe that you needed to learn, or maybe that Taurus needed to learn, and lesson taught, lesson learned, and close the book on that chapter. Then that's really how it feels. I don't feel a lot of malicious shit going on, even though there's definitely third party shit here. Don't get that part twisted. It's there. You got that and a 3 of Cups. So it could be a thing where it's an emotional, action-packed type situation for Taurus, and maybe that's what they need or what they're looking for. It just depends. Just know your object right now is to try not to focus on this, but to follow your intuition and look for opportunities and new people coming into your experience. Seven of Pentacles, talking about creating lasting value. And then the Nine of Coin up here, achieving a higher standard. Getting past the fear and the frustration. Yeah, y'all reading it down at the bottom of the card, because that's about what he's looking like. And focusing on that higher standard. Meeting somebody that, not necessarily saying higher standard than Taurus, but maybe a higher standard than what you've been accepting. Put it like that, because I feel like if there were some other kind of conversations that may have gone on beforehand, like, you know, what do we do if exes come back into the picture, or how do you feel about me, or, you know, is this going forward? It feels like some of you didn't have some of those conversations, and you just kind of went with this, ooh, ah, and now you're here. So that brings you to your future energy about looking at creating those boundaries to help you achieve a higher standard. Look at how you nurture relationships, and then looking at really what do you want to get out of a relationship? What is this for? Do you want to get married? You just want to have butt buddy? What is it? However that's resonating. And being honest. Nothing wrong with figuring out what it is that you want. Everybody doesn't need to be married and shacking up and cohabitating. Some people need to just be in their separate space and kick it when they kick it and leave it at that. I'm just saying. So in the future, looking at what you're trying to get out of a relationship and what you want it to bring you. At the end of all of this, there's going to be just a feeling of overwhelm because things are not going quite in the direction that you want them to go. And then you're going to focus, just saying, that's your card, Cups. And Scorpio, water people, you're going to be focused more on what has gotten past you and not maybe what could be in front of you or nearby. I'll put it like that. So however that's resonating. It seems like this is almost like a bad analogy, but the fuck. A flower unfolding, and you just gradually get into this bit by bit until the flower is completely open. And then you can see the full picture for what it is. That may take some time. In the meantime, I'm going to say if this is resonating with you and you've had some little itchy feeling about your Taurus, and maybe things ain't kicking it the way you wanted to kick, here you go. See what we got from the Oracle cards with advice and wisdom. Sleep on it. Sleep on it. Some of you may need to just, before you make any kind of decision. Again, this situation with Taurus, I don't know how long standing it's going to be. I kind of feel how long standing it is. But how long standing it's going to be, I don't know. This may be the kind of situation that you go, okay, you know, I'm sorry that you ran into whoever and y'all got into whatever, but maybe you need to work that out. And then if you think you're done with that, some of you might be in that place. I don't know. But the point here is to sleep on it before you do or say anything major, particularly then coming down here with her, trying not to be petty and careless. So maybe before you say anything, you may want to sleep on that. So however that's resonating with you. That's a number 5. So that's about changes. It's definitely about changes. Decide. Decide. Maybe some of you are thinking you want to hang on for a minute. No. But you need to make a decision. However, which way you want to go from here, you still need to make that decision. Looking at that fork in the road. Some of you may continue on looking for another long-term relationship. Others of you may decide to go in the other direction and say, fuck it, I'm just going to kick it until you can figure whatever else out. Listen to your intuition, that instant feedback. You're talking to your Taurus and your stomach start knotting up. That's instant feedback. That's what it is. I'm sorry, Taurus. I know Taurus is like, you bitch. I'm just giving it the same way I would give it to you, Taurus, so can't be mad. And it is what it is. This is life. You know, a lot of times we end up in situations and we think they're supposed to be forever and ever. And, oh, it's so wonderful. You're so wonderful. You're so beautiful. Oh, damn. And it's only supposed to last as long as that damn fire is at the end of that damn stick, period. But we, in our egotistical selves, you know, figure we done met the one and we ain't even been to dinner yet and got the whole wedding planned out. So, for some of you, that may be the lesson here that you need to pick up on. That maybe you need to just really, before you get your emotions, Scorpio, tied up into the next thing. It's about wisdom and knowledge. Maybe looking back and seeing, you know, what did you miss? Or what weren't you clear about? Or, you know, what did you say and then turn around and do something different? And we all do it. So I'm not preaching. Please don't be up on my wall with no craziness. Hey, you can't tell me what to do. No. I'm just telling you what I see and what I hear. Let's see what the granny cards got. Something's not right. Ray Charles saw that one, but okay. Something's not right. It's right there. You feel it, you just don't know what it is. Something may even, it may be something as simple as just phone calls. At one point you were getting calls every day and text messages and people blowing your shit up. Now it's crickets chirping. But you know something is not right. Run now. Okay. Run now. If that means you need to get up and pick up and start running now, run now. And that simply really is just telling me kind of where I may have been hazy down here. There's no haziness. You probably just need to leave. I'm going to say with the sleep on it. Before you say anything, you're going to burn some bridges or some shit. Sleep on it first. If you're thinking about going slash your tires, doing some other crazy shit. Sleep on it first. I'm just saying. One more for the granny cards, please, universe, no more. And keep smiling. There's something better coming, Scorpio. I can't tell you details because it's too much right here. Maybe I will come back next month and do this again. But there's something good coming. And this, again, the more I sit with this, the more it feels like the Wheel of Fortune is just getting ready to turn. You're going to run right past all this crazy shit. And then the next person. And that seems to be maybe someone that's a little more suited to what you're looking for. But that's not going to excuse you from kind of clarifying what it is that you're looking for and what you expect out of the relationship. Scorpio babies, I love you. Taurus babies, I love you. I hope everybody has a good rest of the week. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.